Yes, indeed, and we are live! Woo-hoo-hoo! Welcome to the live studio here at the Devon Business Show 2024 from the Plymouth Life Centre. It is an historical, ahistoric? I'll get my grammar checked in a few moments. But needless to say, it is indeed a historic event because this is the very first business show brought to you by the Devon Chamber of Commerce, incorporating the Plymouth Chamber of Commerce and the Exeter Chamber of Commerce as well. A new chamber for a brand new future, serving the region's business community in a way that no chamber has ever done. We've got some exciting things to bring you, I can tell you now. So my name is Paul Philpott. I'm the Vice Chair of the Plymouth Chamber of Commerce, and I'm also on the board of the Devon Chamber of Commerce, and in my spare time I'm also the tea lady. Now we are going to say hello to our wonderful guests here. Hello, wonderful guests. Hello. We've got from City College Plymouth our headline people partner, Lee McQueen. Hi there, Lee. Hello.
Hello, Paul.
Hello. I'm expecting good things from you because you've done a few of these before, haven't you?
I have. I'm experienced as a podcaster now.
You are indeed. We've also got from Westcott, Matt Keane. Hello, Matt.
Morning.
Have I had you on a show before? I haven't.
It's my first time being interrogated.
Brilliant. Being interrogated, yeah, that's one way of putting it. If you'd like to come a bit closer to your microphone, don't be scared of it. But definitely be scared of Ronnie Carter down at the end, who looks after LSIP. Hi there, Ronnie. And indeed, this is first for you as well, isn't it, I think?
Very much so, yes.
Are you looking forward to it?
I am. Hopefully, I can get across the message.
Brilliant. Well, we're expecting good things from you as well. Now, before we go any further, we'd like to say hello to some of our exhibitors. We've got a lot of exhibitors here at the Devon Business Show 2024, so we'll make sure that everyone gets a mention. So let's start off by saying hello to our outdoor exhibitors, who are Sir Fix-A-Lock, our security partner, Murray Group, Vosper's, Miller's Bakery, and Big Friendly Giants. Now, they need a special round of applause because the weather's a little bit damp out there, but you know they're doing their best. But don't let that put you off from coming to the show, because once you're inside, it's all dry and very, very warm. And we'd also like to say hello to some main hall exhibitors, including Devon Women in Business, GHQ Training, and Train for Tomorrow. So, one of the things that we often cover at these business shows, and we talk about on the various podcasts across business media, is the importance of skills. And I think it's fair to say that everyone sat around this table, we've all got skills very close to our heart, haven't we? Let me start with Lee. Lee, City College Plymouth, it's very much a hub for skills within the Southwest region. Why is it so important to have that as a focal point?
The college is the centre of skills for the city, really. It's the learning destination of choice. It's the main place it's the conduit for training anyone in the city, 16 to 18-year-olds, school leavers, adults, anyone who wants to go into apprenticeships. It's the conduit to get them from where they are, education-wise and skills training-wise, to where they need to be, so that we can fulfill the skills needs of the city, so that we can deliver what this region needs to deliver, so that we can upskill people and get them into work, not just into a job, but actually into a career, and help people achieve the potential that they have inside them, so that this region can achieve the potential that it has.
Matt, you're at Westcott's, you're very kindly our podcast partner, and you're supporting this very live stream and all the recordings that we're doing here today. As a key member of the business community, you must be at the forefront of experiencing the needs that businesses have with regards to skills. Can you explain how that affects your industry?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are essentially a people business in the accountancy sector. What we provide is very much a few sheets of paper, which I'm sure most of our clients don't get as excited about as we do. But essentially what we have is a load of team who need to be able to communicate, who need to be able to develop, and need to be able to support the local community. And that's what we try to bring them up to be able to do.
Ronnie, at the end there, LSIP. That has been a dynamite skills project lately. There may well be quite a few people who don't even know what LSIP stands for. So can you tell us about LSIP and what it hopes to achieve, indeed what it has achieved so far?
Yes, no problem. So LSIP is the Local Skills Improvement Plan, and it's a statutory guide that kind of links and becomes that conduit in between the private public sector, and definitely puts employers' voices at the heart of skills planning, skills development from within the region. as well. So we were quite lucky today that the LSIP is the business breakfast partner. And Mel, who's the policy lead from DFE, came over and kind of connected and spoke to the businesses about the national impact. Regionally, we have had consultations done with over 700 businesses from all different industries and sectors that kind of came together and told us what's really needed and how to almost shape the skills provisions moving forward.
So you've reached out to businesses in the region, you've taken their input, and then you've helped coordinate the new skills approach with regards to educators just like City College Plymouth. This is very much an example of teamwork at its best. As an employer, Matt, you obviously have certain skills demands. This must be music to your ears to be able to sound off your needs.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think there's always a bit of a blank space between what people expect they need to be able to do and actually what employers are anticipating. So to have a link between those who are trying to come through and those who are trying to employ is really important.
Lee, what do you do with all this information, all this data, when it reaches City College Plymouth as an educational establishment?
The information from employers informs everything we do. We work with employers constantly, and the LSIP's been fantastic for that. So we bring employers in on a regular basis. We have employer kind of steering groups that help inform the provision that we should be putting on. We have employers come in and work with our students and deliver some elements of our curriculum to our students, come and do talks about what it's like to be in their industry. We have students going out to do work placements with them. So over the last 4 years or so, we've become completely intertwined with our employers. We understand each other so much better, and we're working really closely. We are delivering the exact skills that they need. We know that our students are now going into industry knowing what's expected of them, and with the exact skills, and not just skills but behaviours as well, that they need to succeed in the workplace.
Now, those of you who are watching and listening at home can certainly hear that the business show is picking up in the background. It's all of a sudden got incredibly loud down there, which is great news to us. Music to our ears, that's for sure. Ronnie, were you surprised about any of the findings that LSIP discovered?
I don't think anything that we have kind of, combined, it was much of a shocker. It's something that kind of has been discussed in whispers, but actually for the first time ever, the employers' voices are being heard loud and clear and being put into a statutory guide. It's not about reinventing the wheel, it's kind of enhancing what's already in place. We have some absolutely amazing outreach that is happening, but it's working in that collaborations with all the stakeholders, including local authorities and other training provisions, and making sure that the SMEs as well from within the region are really listened to, not just the kind of the big players that are able to afford like that conduit from within, but actually we have everyone.
I think that's key. It's the case of maybe up until now, education establishments have done their best to reach out and listen to all the various sizes of businesses, but at the end of the day, there are thousands of organisations that all want their voice and their needs to be heard. Matt, business shows like this give you an opportunity to reach out both to customers and potential employees. Westcott's, you've attended every single business show as far as I can remember, and you keep coming back for more. Yeah. Can you reflect on how events like this fit within your strategy, your outreach strategy?
Yeah, absolutely. So the business show has been one of our kind of key events each year that we really look forward to. So there's a lot of work that goes in around the background to make sure the stand's entertaining, those who come along can really enjoy and hear what we have to say. And I think for us it's very much sharing that I counter think there's a perception of us, maybe we're not the most exciting people in the world.
Well, I don't know. I knew Team Westcott's quite well. They're all right, yeah.
And that's what we come here to show, is
Absolutely.
That actually it's not a bad place to work. It is quite an enjoyable place to be. So for potential clients, it's bringing that view that we're not stuffy and we're not going to make you feel really intense and confuse you with jargon when you speak to us. And for hopefully our future employees that we can meet, it's a nice place to be, and we're going to help develop you and bring you along. We can give you the skills that you need. we just want a bit of passion and a bit of enjoyment in what you do.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I think it's fair to say we're all people businesses, aren't we? Especially education and especially LSIP, reaching out to employers. But, you know, we don't sit behind spreadsheets every single day. We need to actually communicate with people. And now, I'm not going to mention those two letters, but we know what they are, AI. With regards to that, I think the human element has become all the more important. Do you agree, Lee?
I do. I think more human skills are going to become more and more in demand in businesses. We like to say at the college that AI is not going to replace people, but people who know how to use AI is going to replace people. So that combination of those AI skills and the people skills, the sort of what some people like to call the softer skills, are going to become more and more important. I think particularly things like empathy and being able to connect with people. And we're seeing that already actually from employers, where they're starting to say those are the things that they need us to help train people on. Those behaviours, you know, that understanding the nuance of how to interact with other people is already becoming more and more important.
Now, talking of empathy, I've actually got this glass of water, or a plastic glass of water, for Ronnie down at the end, because she said, "Oh, I need some water." And we thought, well, we just sent.
Thank you.
We sent a little scamp to go and get some for you, and there you are. Whilst you're sipping on that, Ronnie, what do you think the future holds with regards to the skills environment? And it's just such an ever-changing landscape. You've almost got you're chasing a target, really, aren't you, with regards to what we need?
I think that, you know, we can look at from both perspectives, from the educational establishment and kind of from the businesses, that those words kind of need to collaborate and move together, because it's not just about the current skills that we need right now for the economy to move forward, but the skills that are yet to be developed in the future, with digitalizations and making sure mobilizations and making sure that we can kind of bring the investors into the regions, because we have the young people, you know, everyone upskilled and everyone has the accessibility. But also coming from, you know, the education provisions, making sure that the industry is fully understood as well. So working for the, you know, businesses, working with them to make sure the upskilling is current.
The region has a bright future ahead of it, and
Yes.
and I think I obviously believe it's the best place to live and work, which is why I'm still here after 105,000 years. Lee, City College Plymouth, it doesn't, you know, just look after Plymouth. It has, you know, its tentacles go out far and wide. You are genuinely a hub of learning development for people, whether they live within the city or outside the city's boundaries. Can you tell us a little bit about what City College Plymouth offers in that arena?
Yeah, we do work outside of Plymouth. We obviously are mainly based in the city, but with devolution, things are going to be changing a little bit. We do have a lot of students who come from the border sort of areas of Plymouth, though, from Cornwall and from South Hams. But really important part of what we do is collaborating with other colleges and other training providers and making sure that we are understanding the skill needs of not just our big employers, as you say, and our local employers, but of the wider region, so we can deliver that. A little bit of online provision comes into that as well, a little bit of distance learning. It changes all the time, it shifts a lot because of borders sort of changing in terms of devolution. But yeah, we obviously are looking to local, regional and national constantly to understand what needs are, and not just the needs of today, not just the skill needs of right now. We need to be looking 5 and 10 years down the line all the time, and sometimes that does mean collaborating much further afield to understand what people are doing.
Matt, what does the future look like for your industry in 5 and 10 years' time? Or would you rather not place a bet?
I think AI is going to play a big part in where the industry goes. I think there's going to be a real change. So a lot of what was kind of the bread and butter of our industry for 20 years ago was compliance-based work, and it was calculating tax, it was pulling together a set of financial statements, and we'd maybe see our clients once a year, and that was part of the job. Actually, what we've moved a long way towards, and part of our rebrand as Westcott's Business Advisors, is actually the compliance work becomes a much smaller part of what we offer, and it's that advisory piece that's becoming really vital to most of our clients. And how do you grow, how do you sustain, and how do you thrive in an ever-changing market? And that's, I think, where we're moving towards, is that big advisory piece, and not so much reliance on the compliance, where AI will do inevitably a lot of that work for our clients.
And that's a really good point, because obviously Westcott's, you've got thousands of clients, and each of them, they're all from different sizes, different areas, different backgrounds, different parts of the United Kingdom, no doubt. You must listen to a lot of business owners express their pain points to you. So you've got you've got the knowledge and the experience of all those other businesses. You can say, oh, I've got a client, ABC Windows, they have this pain point and we help them overcome it. You can apply this within your organisation. Is that the case?
Absolutely. I couldn't count the amount of times I get a client call going, this will be something really unique, you've probably never heard this. I can probably tell you I've heard it this morning, but we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But absolutely, that benchmarking, be able to use other people's stories to share that around with our clients and say, well, actually, we've seen somebody do this and it was really successful, is really powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we are here at the Devon Business Show 2024. What do we all want to achieve from today, apart from made lots of really good connections? Ronnie, what would you like to get out of today's show?
I think it's definitely highlight the best example of the regions that are happening already. Speak to educational provider for the business to connect, but also to connect with the general public that is coming through to fully understand what else is on offer for them.
Lee?
Well, apart from connecting with all the fantastic businesses here, which is always really good, to meet new people, it's just to help people understand what the college is about. The college is so much more than people realise it is. It's still seen largely as a 16 to 18 college. We have nearly 2,000 adult students that have just enrolled for our September intake. We're expecting about 4,500 adults this year. So massive amount of adult education going on. We also have about 700-800 apprentices at the college of all ages. I think our oldest student this year is 79. So it's just helping people to understand it's so much more than just a college to go to when you're 16.
And I'm going to name drop your chief exec, Jackie Grubb, and her podcast, Skillfully Speaking. In full disclosure, we produce it at Fresh Air Studios, but the college markets it. The college takes the program and pushes it forward, and it's become a national skills discussion phenomenon.
Yeah, brilliant.
We're really, really, really chuffed. So you do have quite a lasting impact with everything that you do at the college.
Yes, and that is thanks to Jackie. She's got that vision of taking us wider than thinking bigger than we currently do, and making sure that people understand that the skills agenda should be at the heart of everything in terms of growth in the country and working with employers.
Absolutely.
Skills are key.
Absolutely. Matt, what do you want to achieve out today?
Well, it's very similar. So continue to meet some of the excellent businesses that we don't yet know and work with, and show people that accountants can be fun.
Yep.
So for anybody looking for some entertainment, come and join us. We've got some good games. We've got some things to give away.
Do you know what? Have you ever heard of something called the Excel Games?
No, I can't. Oh, yes, I have. Sorry.
You
yes.
have?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, you need to Google it, okay? Dear listener, dear viewer. It is actually gripping viewing. It's on YouTube. Ronnie, stop laughing at me. I think she thinks that I'm having you on, don't you? This is true.
No, I'm very much of a little bit of an Excel geek, so
There you go.
I would definitely Google it.
Maybe you should be Team Chamber. And yeah, the Excel Games is on YouTube. It's kind of like it's a bit like where they all have the microphones. Oh, and he's coming around the corner, but and they've been given an amazing sum. Can they do it within 10 seconds? All this kind of stuff. And the challenges that the contestants get set is truly phenomenal, and it's a really high-end production. You've got to watch it, right? We'll have a gathering, have a viewing, or a mass viewing. Thank you very much, Matt, Lee and Ronnie, for joining us and for being our first guests here at the Devon Business Show Live. Now, before I leave you, I need to do some more hellos. We'd like to say hello to Wolferstones, to New Medica, to the Southwest Regional Cybercrime Unit, to Axis First, Southwest Fabrications, Devon and Somerset LSIP, and of course Modern Networks as well. Keep tuned, we'll be bringing you more exciting interviews throughout the day.